Hello everyone, welcome to Party Poker Live Millions Europe. This is the 100K Triton Super High Roller coming to you live exclusively on Poker Go. Jeff Platt alongside Jamie Kerstetter in the broadcast booth, bringing you all the action from the King's Casino in Rozvadov, Czech Republic. We are covering this Millions Festival the rest of the way. Jamie, we kick our coverage off with what's become one of the elite tournament series. Whenever you mention the word Triton, you're going to find some of the biggest names in poker attached to it. And
you might recognize that guy right up at the top there, Phil Ivey. You heard of him?
Yeah, I would say so. That would be 10-time World Series of Poker bracelet winner Phil Ivey and also Poker Hall of Famer Phil Ivey. He is at our featured table. He is joined by Martin Kabrhel, Paul Phua, Choon Siow, Cary Katz. We have Orpen Kisacikoglu. Nailed it, right?
Good job.
Yeah, got it. We're not going to mess up on that at all throughout the course of the day. That would be Turkey's all-time leader in career tournament earnings. Here we go, a starting stack of 200,000 in chips. Our levels are 45 minutes long. The plan is to play 10 45-minute levels today. Registration is open throughout the day. Unlimited re-entry here in this Triton 100K. Keep going back in December of 2016 at EPT in Prague. Carrel cashed for about 750K.
Wow.
So the geographical run good is here in the Czech Republic.
That's what is funding his retirement?
Yeah, right. That's what it is. Ivey raises it up to 3K in the cutoff with the King 10 of hearts. Kisacikoglu has Ace King on the button. His 3-bet is to 11K.
A bit disrespectful to 3-bet Ivey.
Ivey thought the same. He made the call. Flop comes 9-5-7 all spades. No spade in either player's hand. Not the flop both of these guys were dreaming of.
Ivey just always has plans.
Phil Ivey, the check call with the King 10 of hearts on the 9-5-7 all spade board. 3 of spades comes on the turn. This could be part of his plan. He does check on the turn. Will Kisacikoglu give him the opening on the river? He will check. Jack of hearts comes on that river. That's 20K, gets the snap fold from Orpen. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Phil Ivey. That's your chip leader at this 100K Triton Super High Roller. Taking a look at the chip counts from our featured table. Phil Ivey with 274K in chips leads the way here.
And I was going to say, I don't know if I trust Charlie's reads with anything anymore when he's asking that question, but he didn't get a no out of Ivey. That's a big deal.
Zhang made it 5K with the Jack-9 of diamonds. Ivey calls behind with the Ace-3 of hearts. Just flopped a pair of aces. Carrel had called in the big with the Queen-7 of spades. Flops a pair of queens and a backdoor flush draw. Zhang with the worst of it. They both check over to Ivey. He checks. King of diamonds comes on the turn, giving Zhang a flush draw, a gut shot. And a door to open as he fires 15K. Ivey makes the call. Those orange chips are worth 25K. River brings a jack. Zhang's jacks, no good. 48,500 in the middle.
Is he going to be able to find this bluff here and represent a 10? Small bet. About a third pot. Looks very value heavy.
Yeah,
and
reasonable
it's
sizing.
probably
if he
the
had a
same
10.
size he would bet if he had some kind of 2-pair, like a blocker size value bet on this board too.
Ivey raises it up with the aces to 40K.
I think if I were Ivey, I might be thinking Zhang is not going to go this small with the 10, with the straight here, so I can represent a straight with not a very big raise.
The 2 pairs
I'm
out of there,
assuming
the
he was
queen
bluffing,
jacks of the
but
world.
you know,
Yeah.
you never know with Ivey, whether he's bluffing really small or if that was like the tiniest value raise of all time. Like, I don't know what's in his head. Yeah.
I'm waiting for an answer. I said no.
But a pretty cool play by Ivey to get those 2 pairs out of there.
You gotta know why they don't want it. I want to know whether it's coming from a place of insecurity or a place of too good. So I know where our friendship stands.
Credit to Carroll, he's gotten Ivey to open up a little bit.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have thought that would happen.
Right.
I thought, you know, Ivey is someone who is like, he's awesome, but he is easily annoyed by little things. And I thought Carroll's line of questioning might get to him at some point, but they're like making friends.
So I always expect people to do it back to me, but
It's very manipulative. I like it.
they just want to know, man.
Carroll 3-betting with the kings out of the small blind.
You know, I used to be a lying, manipulative sociopath, but now I like doing kind things to anyone I can come across that isn't an asshole. It's true, man.
Can you grow out of being a sociopath? I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one. Wow, what a flop. Here comes Queen 6 deuce, the overpair for Carroll. The set of 6s for Michael Zhang.
And such a dry board.
Yikes.
Queen 6 deuce, rainbow. It's a small bet, but if you're Zhang, you just call. Yeah.
Carroll in some trouble.
Nothing to worry about.
Zhang smooth calls on this flop. Turn is the 8 of spades, rainbow board. $77K already in the middle.
Carroll's still got to think he's good, and there's a lot of hands Zhang has that are, you know, ace, queen, king, queen. You obviously have 2 of the kings. There's jack, queen suited. There's a lot you could get a lot of value out of that would raise under the gun.
And would call the 3-bet and would call on the flop.
Yep.
Carroll checks on the turn. Zhang bets 25,500. With 100K behind. Time bank used.
And they're not terribly deep anymore. These have been short levels.
There's the raise. Music to Zhang's ears.
Yep.
Carroll makes it 100K. They do get all of the chips in. Zhang in fantastic shape. to double up through Charlie Carroll. River comes a jack. That is not one of the 2 kings that Charlie Carroll was looking for. And he will send a lot of chips Michael Zhang's way. There is the shove from Orpen with the ace-5.
I have 3 outs.
Chinwei Lim 3-bets it. King-queen. Orpen said he has 3 outs. That would be incorrect. He is ahead here. The ace-5 against the king-queen.
Yeah. Pretty sure you deserve to lose this one, man.
So far, so good for the ace-5. Flops aces and 5s. 10 ball comes on the turn, adds a couple outs for Chinwei Lim. They're not much for drama here. It's like, let's go. Flop,
I
turn,
like
river,
that.
boom, boom,
Rip
boom.
that Band-Aid right off. And Orpen gets a little bit of something. You know,
Just
it's
a
not
little
been
bit.
his day.
The double up for Orpen. The ace-5 holds up. Maybe that's the spark he needs. Ben Heath has joined our feature table. Good buddies with Charlie Carroll.
Yeah, I think they were housemates for a while.
And they're right next to each other. Or close to each other, I should say.
67-ish.
Choon, Tong, Siow separates them. Carroll gets a couple calls behind him. After he opens with the 7-5 clubs. Flop comes ace-7-5. Wow, top pair for both Choon, Tong, Siow and Michael Zhang, along with a backdoor flush draw for Zhang, and it's bottom 2 pair for Charlie Carroll. Could see some action here.
And Charlie's gotten pretty short. So I think he's going to get
Should be
action
able to
from
get
one of
all
these
his chips
guys.
in. Fires a bet of 9K. Choon, Tong, Siow calls with the ace-jack.
I would be tempted to make this call as Zhang also. Your hand's got a lot of potential. There's a lot of good turn cards for your ace-4 of spades here. Even if you feel like you might need to improve to beat both players.
It's just 9K. Your pot 39K. Makes the call. Turn is the queen of spades.
This is a
Zhang's
fun
hand
board.
does improve. Ace high flush draw for Zhang to go along with top pair. Top pair for Choon, Tong, Siow. Charlie Carroll's 2 pairs still good. 48K in the middle. He has 55K behind.
Bit scary for the bottom 2 pair here, and I think I would elect to just rip in the 55K if I were him. There's so many river cards where your hand just turns to dust.
That's exactly what he does. He rips it in for 55K.
He didn't believe me. I said I was out of line, and he said no.
Tough spot here also with a player behind you if you're Choon, Tong, Siow.
Wow.
Does lay it down.
And I think I hit like 5 bigs on the button. Like, I mean, in raise.
It's a
Zhang
really
lasts for
good
a count.
fold by
Yeah.
Choon. I didn't see that one coming.
54.5.
Choon's stack was 185. I think if he puts in that 54 and then Zhang wants to put more chips in the pot, your ace-jack is...
He does make
crap.
the call. He is behind, but he's not behind by much.
Hold, baby.
He's looking for a spade, a 4, a queen,
sorry,
or an
Karma. I didn't mean
ace.
it.
You're like 10% to hold here, man.
10% to hold. It's about 64%.
Wow.
He does not hold, though. It is the jack of spades on the river, the stone cold nuts for Michael Zhang, and that will do it for at least bullet number 1 for Charlie Carroll.
And if that hand played out differently, Choon would have been in a really rough spot with the
With the
ace-jack.
2 pair.
Oh.
Read 'em and weep, sucker.
And he was ahead at that exact time. You heard the "oh no" from Charlie Carroll.
Is buying it for me. First at the table. So can I have just like his permission to buy me a range?
For my account, he will buy it.
What do you want?
For my account, he will buy it again. No.
Orpen is like, what's 100K amongst friends? I'll buy him in.
The high roller life is crazy.
So we do expect to see Charlie Carroll again, maybe not at this featured table, where Michael Zhang now has more than 410,000 in chips. Phil Ivey at 266K. Chinwei Lim has been pretty solid all day. He's up to 255,000. Ben Heath just above starting stack. Choon Siow just below starting stack. And we have Orpen, who's climbing up a little bit. He's at 69,500 in chips. Blinds 1K, 2,500. With the 2,500 big blind ante, this is the 100K Triton Super High Roller. Jeff Platt alongside Jamie Kerstetter, bringing you all the action from the King's Casino in Rozvadov this week. It is all part of Party Poker Live Millions Europe, coming to you exclusively on Poker Go. Thank you so much for joining us.
Raise 6,000.
Ben Heath makes it 6K under the gun with the ace-king. Orpen has the ace-deuce of clubs on the button. Makes the call here. Chinwei Lim looks down at king-jack in the small blind.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him 3-bet a hand like this. It doesn't have a ton of value free, and
5 seconds.
with the extra dead 6K from Orpen, it's so enticing. Thinks better of it, and he would have been facing some definite aggression from Heath.
He would have been in a little bit of trouble had he chosen a 3-bet. Instead, he lays it down. Choon Siow with the 9-7 makes the call. We'll go 3 ways to this flop.
And Orpen being so short may be why he chose not to 3-bet that hand. You don't really want to commit yourself to with a hand that bad to a stack that size.
Out comes Jack 6 deuce. Orpen out flops Heath.
Bet 6,500.
Heath bet 6,500.
I feel like Heath stab at such a dry board. There's not people hanging on with their draws, so you're going to get through a lot if they didn't catch a pair.
Which Orpen did on the flop. Turn brings a jack.
Check.
Orpen's going to bet this time. Heath will lay it down. Orpen takes down the pot.
Shows
And
the
shows
deuce.
the magical deuce. Heath's like, that's good enough.
Heath's got to be thinking, what deuces are you calling my raise with on that stack?
Ben Heath coming off a nice series in London at the Triton stop.
And coming off of WSOP bracelet win, right?
That much is true. Finished first in the 50K high roller for almost $1.5 million. Finished third in the 100K at Triton, the main event.
There was. I feel like it's ace two, so I just didn't expect it.
For 1.35 million pounds.
So you'd say he's upswinging just a bit.
I would say so. I'd say these have been a quite nice last couple months. for Ben Heath.
Can be
Raise
like,
5,000.
That's what I'm asking. Like,
can be
Call.
3 2 to this now.
Nice hand for Michael Zhang here. Makes it 5K. Ivey calls behind with the king, queen of diamonds.
Call. Call. Call.
Choon Siow calls in the small blind with the queen 10. Heath looks down at ace jack in the big blinds.
Raise 35,000.
Comes in with a substantial 3-bet to 35K.
This looks so strong. It's so easy to just make the call from the big blind and you're closing the action. You're definitely going to see a flop and then put in a raise of size. I would not expect him to have a hand as weak as ace jack off. Put Zhang in a really weird spot with his ace queen.
Ace queen, a couple players behind him. Phil Ivey and Choon Siow.
This is a good 3-bet size too, or it kind of takes the option away I disagree with what I was just about to say. It takes the option away from just calling. Because Heath's stack is only 150K behind.
Yeah. Just calling is what Zhang does.
Wow.
And that's what Phil Ivey does as well. Choon Siow out of the way, 3-handed to this flop. A sizable pot already. 112,500 in the middle.
I think Zhang is thinking when he calls such a big 3-bet that he's going to be the only caller. You
Right,
would think.
right.
He's like, okay, well, I'll be in position against the 3-better.
But
Then
then here
Ivy
comes
just
Phil
snap
Ivey.
calls
Yeah.
behind.
Flop comes 9-8-4 with 2 clubs. Not much for anybody. Zhang does have the ace of clubs. Ivy does have a backdoor flush draw. And straight draw.
5 seconds.
And Heath with control of the betting right now, and with a hand that's a little more playable than the other two. Some good turn cards for his
Yeah.
hand that'll give him straight possibilities.
That's 38K with the ace jack.
And Zhang and Ivy have capped ranges and Heath doesn't. Heath is able to have aces and kings here.
5 seconds. Call.
There's one fold. And there is another. Ben Heath gets it done with the ace jack.
He's showing you why he's upswinging. It's definitely not the standard play there with
That's right.
ace jack in the big blind. I think most people would just elect to chuck in a couple of chips and see the flop. Probably.
What kind of odds should the yes get? Like
I know that he's
3
a
or 4 to 1?
persistent person, though.
That is
I
true.
think Ivy's a man of his word. So I don't know if the no is the favorite.
Zhang looks at aces on the button.
I think Ivy would just showered it 100%
He
right
could
there.
have, he could have. Orpen queen 4 in the big blind. 23K behind. Just makes the call here. Now with 20K behind. Clock comes Jack 10 deuce, the Jack and the 10 of spades. Orpen has the queen of spades.
Is stop and go still a thing?
I feel like it is. I mean, I haven't seen it in many 100Ks, but I feel like it's gotta be. He checks. Zhang bets the minimum.
Where are you going to go with 60% of a royal?
Great, great point. He does make the call. Turn is the 4 of clubs. He does make a pair.
Well, good game, Orpen.
Yep, that pair slightly lower than aces. He does check one more time. Zhang checked back. 8 comes on the river. Zhang getting a little tricky with the aces.
If I'm Orpen, I'm thinking, if I jam here, can I get anything better than my pair of fours to fold? And I don't think you can.
So it will be the check from Orpen. There is the effective shove from Zhang. Will Orpen call off the rest here? He has battled with the short stack really throughout the entire day.
And I think Orpen knows that that turn check by Zhang is super shady. He would probably bet if he had nothing, and the check back just makes it look like he has a hand.
Time extension used by Orpen. He does make the call. He'll see the bad news. The aces are good, and that will do it for Orpen. I don't think you can hang on to those for anything, Orpen. Maybe a souvenir of sorts.
If you don't rebuy Orpen, you have unlimited time banks right now.
It's like the ace queen of spades. You think about that one.
I will.
As
I'm
Ivy
going to
makes
think about
it 7K. Choon Siow has ace queen also. He's in the small blind. With about 35 big blinds. He 3-bets it to 35,000. Might just be getting these chips in here, Cary.
Yeah, I think so. It's 106K. 35 big blinds, I think so.
That's what they will do. Ivy will 4-bet it. Choon Siow will make the call. Ivy, the ace queen of spades, up against the ace queen off. 217,000 in the middle. Choon Siow stack at risk. See the percentages on the bottom of your screen. 91% chance this ends up in a tie. Backdoor club draw
if
for
the
Choon
clubs
Siow.
come in, no bet.
Oh, the 7 of clubs came on the turn, but the 6 of spades came on the river. So that backdoor flush almost came through for Choon Siow. It is all part of Party Poker Live Millions Europe, and we do have a brand new featured table. Michael Addamo, what a start for him. 567K in chips. Yong at 433K. Cary Katz, 303,000. Good start for El Jefe. Phua at 162,000 in chips. Igor Kurganov is here, along with Charlie, Carrel. Both of them struggling just a bit, but still some room to maneuver as we enter our 2K, 4K blind level with a 4K big blind ante. Jeff Platt here alongside Jamie Kerstetter in the broadcast booth.
You want to be super careful before you start forbidding anything. You want to be really, really sure that it's bad in all sorts of ways.
I've seen making my own social media.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
Italian, and that's one of the big things to think about.
difficult.
Definitely not going to impinge on much free speech, but there's a line.
You will not what?
I don't want to impinge on free speech, but there's a line. Like, do you let terrorists organize on your...
Right,
But then how do
exactly.
you
Like they
define
don't.
terrorists and shit?
A pause again on the Twitter top.
I think the questions are like,
Oh,
how
maybe
sure
not.
do you have to be that it's terrorists?
Kurganov says, I can keep going. I can flop an ace-high flush draw. Katz flops top 2 pair.
And Addamo, who should have hit this board, completely missed it.
It's queen high for him. It's checked over to Katz.
Bet 17,000.
About a half-size pot bet of 17K.
All in.
The shove from Kurganov
Pair with a club.
for 111,500.
11,000 to find.
Katz makes the call. Here we go.
It's a choice.
2 pair for Katz. Good
I have
so
fewer
far.
odds than I thought I would have. I want to see a 4 first. Or a 6 or a club.
No, pairing the board's okay. I think pairing the board is a. I'll take pairing the board.
Igor seems offended by that.
Turn card is a king. That
Just
will open
start.
up some outs for Igor Kurganov.
Feeling kind of bad.
He now needs a 4, king, ace, or club. The river is the 9 of diamonds.
My hand was so much prettier than yours anyways, right?
Kurganov sends all his chips off to Cary Katz.
Seriously?
Nah,
Oh, God.
a couple
I was
months in the whatever.
It's like
Nobody
for,
cares.
for poker, that's like too long of a plan. I
right,
go for
right,
like, I have a 3-day plan.
One more.
I can't get him. He's too good.
500 more.
You gotta pick on me.
Got some hands here. Charlie raises it up to 10K with the ace-queen. Cary Katz calls behind with the ace-jack of hearts. A couple of hearts also in Chinwei Lim's hand. Is the 10-8 of hearts. And somehow, some way, we still find 2 hearts on the flop. Comes 9-5 deuce with 2 hearts. 5 hearts between our 3 players. 2 hearts on the flop.
13,500.
Katz leads here for 13,500 with the ace-high flush draw.
Setting a pretty reasonable price for Chinwei Lim to call.
Call.
Call he does.
Don't squeeze my lead out. You should be cautious.
It's actually telling the truth this time.
A warning sign to Charlie Carroll. He makes the call with ace-queen. King of diamonds comes on the turn.
Check.
No help to anybody.
Check.
It's checked around to Charlie Carroll.
Charlie's the most likely to have a king in his hand, having
Sure.
raised pre-flop, so maybe it's a good time for him to stab at it.
Bet 50,000.
That's what he'll do. He'll bet 50,000.
Cary's just in such a gross spot with a hand with so much equity, especially if Chinwei Lim folds out. Katz has a lot more equity than it looks like right now. Just kind of gross.
Yeah. Tricky situation for Katz.
Actually, do they? Yeah, they actually count the cards that have been hit the muck, right? With the percentages
yes,
here.
I believe
okay,
so
so
here.
it would always would they take into account the 2 hearts that Chinwei has in his hand? So he really does just have 21%. Seems unfair for a hand this good
Right,
to have
right.
21%. But leading out and then checking the turn puts you in such like no man's land with your ace-jack of hearts here. And not even closing the action would be problematic for me if I were in Katz's spot right here.
Arm extension used.
And Carrel bet 50,000 with 78K behind. So it looks like you have absolutely no fold equity if you decide to raise here and just take your ace jack of hearts to the river. Wow.
There's the shove from Cary Katz.
No fear.
Nice, like 9 or 7.
Wow.
Nice hand indeed.
Oh, no.
Shows the ace jack of hearts.
Ah.
12K this time. This time with the jack 10 of clubs. Cary Katz has 5s behind him in the hijack.
I would be so afraid of Cary's 3-bets because he likes to see 3 a lot. So when he's 3-betting, I would feel like it's very heavy towards really good hands.
Or 5-3 off.
Or 5-3
Right?
off. Yeah. I mean, that's great to have the balance
Exactly.
there.
That 5-3 off 3-bet was great for him.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the
yeah.
future.
He should just post that everywhere.
Yep, yep. You guys see what I do when I 3-bet? It's 5-3 off. Jack 10 of clubs against 5s here. Ooh, King 9-3, all clubs. A decent flop, I would say, for Addamo's Jack 10 of clubs. Still stoic. Cary Katz has the 5 of clubs. Goes check, check. Turn is a 5.
No way.
Katz turns a set of 5s after Addamo flops the flush. 39K in the middle. There's going to be more soon. Action on Addamo. 5 of spades may look like a blank to him. It certainly was not. He bets 26,000.
Raise.
Comes a raise from Cary.
75,500.
Katz makes it 75,500. The set of 5s.
With just 150K behind. This is just such a cooler.
Addamo flops the flush. It goes check, check. Katz turns the set.
Five seconds.
Addamo makes the call. Let's see if the board pairs up here. It does not, but it does add another club to the board. Addamo's jack high flush still good. Cary's hand has turned into a flush. He thinks that was a terrible card. It was a fantastic card for him.
That definitely could have all gotten in on the turn there.
Yep.
That's very fortunate for Cary.
It's definitely what Michael Addamo is thinking at this point. Cary says it's free roll rest of the way. Hello everyone, welcome back to Party Poker Live, Millions Europe. This is day 2 of the 100K Triton Super High Roller coming to you exclusively on Poker Go. We crown our champion today. Jeff Platt alongside Jamie Kerstetter in the broadcast booth, bringing you all the action from right here, the King's Casino in Rozvadov, Czech Republic. We are covering this Millions Festival the rest of the way. Jamie, an action-packed day yesterday. Saw plenty of familiar faces navigate their way into day 2.
Oh yeah, we got to see Phil Ivey, which is always awesome. He's not been around for a while, and this year finally made his comeback. And there he is, 43 big blinds.
We will get to see one Phil Ivey once again at our feature table alongside Chrissy B. Kristen Bicknell in the mix with 218K, a little bit above starting stack. grinding it out a little bit.
It's nice to see some female representation in here. She's got to be my favorite. Who you got if you had to pick one?
Phil Ivey.
Oh, good.
Phil Ivey,
You know,
Phil
solid
Ivey, and Phil Ivey. Now Burns has aces. Goes from ace-king to ace-jack to aces. He nods like, yep.
Listen, you're
He
gonna
checked.
have to take it down one notch for 5:30 in the morning, buddy. All right.
Not happening. And Ivy has kings. The ultimate cooler spot. Ivy gets all the chips in the middle. And Zhang has ace-queen of
No
clubs.
way.
Oh my. Hijack versus cutoff versus button. Aces versus kings versus the ace-queen of clubs.
And this dealer is doing his best to get more entries into this
My.
pot. You know, he's like, I can get a couple 100K more into this prize pool.
Registration still open for this level. And there's the shove from Zhang.
No
And Kristen
way.
Bicknell has queens.
What a gross
You
hand.
got to be kidding me. Bicknell will get all the chips in. Cale Burton's happiest man in the world makes the call with the aces. Look at these hands. Aces, kings, queens, and the ace-queen of clubs.
What is this rigged deck?
Can you imagine if this is at a final table? One guy watching is just like, well, I make 3 pay jumps if this one hand holds. Oh my God.
Day 2 of the 100K Triton Super High Roller is started off with a bang.
Jack 10-9.
This is absurd.
Clubs.
Our dealer found a way to fit 4 hands onto the screen.
From 50K.
Ivy enjoying his omelet. His kings are not in great
You got
shape.
a rigged deck, Tony.
There are no kings out there.
You got a rigged deck. You said this is a rigged deck.
Lots of rebuys. Lots of who had the aces?
Obviously, the odds.
Oh
Queen
my
in the
God.
window. It comes queen
One
jack
queen.
7.
You have the queens, right?
The sole remaining queen
10 club.
comes in on the flop. A 10 of diamonds comes on the turn.
Let's see the king.
Can Bicknell's 3 queens hold up? The river is the 10. Queens full of 10s. Kristen Bicknell takes down a nice pot. Cale Burns is going to take down a really nice side pot.
There was 1 queen left. What? And Chrissy B is super healthy.
Michael Addamo came in with 552K, Charlie Carroll with 440K, White Young with 432K, and they're all at the same table. I'm glad we got this table for the aces, kings, queens,
Oh, yeah.
ace, queen hand. Orpen with 10s in the cutoff.
Race.
Yeah, that's the type of hand, if you heard about it on an outer table, I'd be like, check that dealer.
Yeah, right.
We caught a hanger, Sarge.
Ooh, Burns with 9s. About 30 bigs. There's the shove from Burns. He said queens. He's probably glad not to see a hand. He cannot beat Cale Burns in an all-in. Let's see if Orpen can. Orpen in very good shape with 10s against the 9s of Cale Burns.
One time you fold.
Just a huge pot, 600K.
Can Burns get lucky and find a 9 or some clubs? Flop comes ace-6 deuce. A very safe flop for Orpen. Just needs to dodge a 9. 4 spades on the turn. No spade for either player. Can Burns find a 9? He cannot. It's a queen on the river. It's the full double up for Orpen. And all of a sudden, Orpen has 613K in chips.
294.
Looks like Kale's left with 3,000 chips. Oh,
Just after the registration window closed.
I know, he's out.
Oh, and that will do it for Kale Burns. That's a charm for Orpen on bullet number 3 at 613K in chips.
How much? 21. Raise. 21,000. Pass.
Ivy makes it 21K on the button with the 10-9. Katz has an ace in the big. Makes the call.
One.
Cary Katz is also on bullet number 3. Saw a couple threes. Oh, and a 10 as well.
Check.
Katz flops trips. Ivy flops a 10. Bad news again for Phil Ivey considering his stack size. That's 20K.
Call.
It's called pretty quickly by Katz.
6 is here.
Turns the queen of clubs.
5. Okay, I'm here.
Check.
Katz checks again.
And Ivy with the decision to try to protect against 2 flush draws or check back. I mean, either option seems okay.
Bet 50.
That's 50K.
And with this queen on the turn, Ivy's now chopping with 10s he used to beat. So this seems like a 50K just for protection, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Raise all in.
The shove from Katz.
Call.
Ivy will call and see the very bad news. Hasn't been the best of days for Phil Ivey. Can he salvage this day with a 10? No. It's a 6 on the river, and that will do it for Phil Ivey.
See it open.
2 bullets in, and he is out of this 100K Triton Super High Roller. His average stack, a little bit over 425K. Taking a look at the chip counts for our feature table. Orpen, 688K in chips.
Nobody busted, everybody is happy, so all good.
Everybody's happy. I'm not sure about that one.
He's still in.
Zach has one big blind.
Says Michael's still in with 1 big blind. He's thrilled.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You see, he's okay.
He's got the right attitude.
This is when it's nice to have the big blind ante. You get a few free
Yeah.
hands. Don't have to just go with the next hand as you're being anteed out of the tournament.
28.
I knew when you went all in, you were mustering up your courage for that crappy queen nine to go all in. You were getting that was your.
Or just find an ace and get the
Oh,
chips
yeah.
in right now.
Pocket nines.
It's also a good plan.
No, before I had pocket nine. I can't tell you now. You wanna know? When Gary, I can tell you now. If he agrees, I can tell her my hand.
Okay,
I have the nuts.
nuts.
Zhang trying to survive.
Your favorite shot, though.
His ace-7
You have
ahead
three
of
outs.
Kabrhel's
You
Jack
improved
10.
from the last time.
Yes, I have.
Now you have 3 outs.
Yes.
Before you had 2 outs.
Write that one down, Pat. You said Jack 10's a favorite in short deck, okay?
Thanks.
Prepayment.
Okay.
I've heard that one before.
Prepayment.
You're way ahead of
Well,
me.
Kabrhel flops a 10, but Zhang has the ace of spades. 3 spades on the flop, and 9 comes on the turn. All the outs for Michael Zhang.
I'm not hitting the spades. I'm going to hit the straight.
Oh, he got it. No, he didn't.
10 of hearts on the river, not one of those outs. He did not get it, and we say goodbye to Michael Zhang. A new feature table for us. Yong, Michael Addamo, Igor Kurganov, then Heath, Sam Trickett, and Choon, Tong, Siow. A bit more chips on this table. Blinds going up, AK 16K with a 16,000 big blind ante. Katz back on the feature table with 488,000 in chips. About 30 big blinds.
32.
Kurganov raises it up under the gun with the queen jack.
Say again? 2 in 1 hand, yeah.
What was the hand?
Sam open. High 3-bet.
Then Heath looks
kings,
down
big
king,
blinds,
queen on the
like
button.
8 blinds. Put in tens.
Oh, then he
and
isolated
Sam
you.
had queens. So like he jammed 430, 540.
Well played.
Yeah. I really can't even like, even if I just call pre-flop, I still get it all.
And that's the equalizer. That's the small amount of luck that there is still that makes people play even when they're outmatched or whatever. Not
Sure.
like Igor's outmatched, but
Right,
if I get in that tournament and I'm the worst player and I just get lucky a couple times, you got a shot.
You set up the great equalizer. Heath called on the button with the king queen. Katz called on the big with the king 3. Does flop a 3, but Kurganov takes the lead after he flops a jack.
And if there was no luck in this tournament, Helmuth would be winning this every
Obviously, it would show up everywhere and win every single tournament.
38.
38.
Kurganov fires 38K.
Heath looking skeptical, but not having a whole lot, just the king of diamonds. He's got some turns that would be interesting for his hand, but he's not even closing the action here, so.
Right, with Cary behind him. It's a tough spot.
But he does make the call.
That does get Katz out of the way. Turn is the 6 of diamonds. Flush draw now for Heath.
Igor with the decision between protecting his jack from a 4th diamond peeling off or deciding to keep a pot small.
He will check.
Do we want to semi-bluff our king, queen, the king of diamonds, or check back and try to get there? When Igor checks, I expect him to have a good hand with some showdown, so I don't know if this one barrel will win Heath the pot, but if he's planning to barrel twice, it might.
He does see an opportunity here. That's 126,000. Kurganov check calls. Can he find a king or a diamond? No, it's the 7 of clubs on the river. Kurganov checks, 440K in the middle.
The jam would likely get this done, don't you think? It's really hard to hang on with that jack. You are sitting here with just king high, and you know that Igor has showdown value, probably a 1-pair type of hand. My suggestion's a lot easier said than done when playing a 100K, getting close to the money. But I don't think Heath's plan was to just barrel once and give up if he didn't get there. If that were his plan, I think he'd just check and try to get there, right?
Kurganov has to see some strength in Heath after he called on the flop with Cary behind him.
He does make
and
the
he
all-in
does ship
jam
it.
for pot.
423,000. All of his chips with just king high. Kurganov faced with a decision here with top pair.
And I know this feeling well, this sick feeling of like, it's kind of obvious I have the type of hand I have. has been crazy. Is he willing to shove pot close to the money in 100K?
Time
Answers,
extensions will
yeah.
be used here. Yeah, he is. Stone Cold Bluff from Ben Heath. And it gets the job done.
One. Haven't shown, I think.
Well played, gutsy move by Ben Heath.
You get to see us.
Do I though?
Kurganov will not be thrilled
I do.
when he checks out the stream.
I don't blame him for that fold, though. You
Right,
just don't
right.
expect
It's
people to have it in them.
Just a bluff catcher at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Kurganov replaying that hand in his mind. Led on the flop. Called by Heath. Katz got out of the way. Taking a look at our final table leaderboard. A pretty crowded top half. Kurganov has the chip lead, but not by much. Yong, Orpen, Michael Addamo, Ben Heath all lurking. Then a bit of a drop off before we find a Vladimir Troyanovksiy stack. He's got 35 bigs. Kristen, Bicknell, Cary, Katz, Phua on the shorter side of things. So we take a look at our payouts. 213K for 6th, 273K for 5th, 349,000 for 4th, 455,000 euros for 3rd, more than 700K for 2nd, and our winner will take home 1,040,000 euros. And if he finishes in 5th or better, it will be the best cash of his career.
Oh, wow.
Even though if he finishes in 5th, he will not break even on this tournament.
So he's got
in
into
for 3 bullets.
$3 million the hard way.
Yeah, the grind.
Yeah, it's fun. We have the exact same.
12 six-figure cashes for Orpen on his resume. Thank you, Henry Mom. Here's a hand for Phua. Makes it 42K with the ace-king of clubs. Yong has queen-9 in the big blinds.
I just make good during that. That's it.
And these two will go at it again. They went heads up in the No Limit Hold'em main event at Triton, London. Heads up to this flop. That flop comes queen 10-10. Yong out flops. Phua. Goes check, check. Turn is an ace. Phua regains the lead. Goes check, check again. River is the jack. It's a straight for Phua.
Short neck. Wait. Why you press?
He said short deck.
Said short deck.
I didn't throw nothing in.
Short deck does sound. Check that.
After checking the flop and the turn. And now that's 45K on the river.
A small bet targeting one pair, but nope.
Pretty quick laydown from Yong. Phua looking for Triton cash number 17. He's won a couple side events at some EPTs.
Looks like he got to 7 million the hard way too, if that's even a thing.
That much is true. Biggest cash, 792K. Finishing second at 25K event at the PCA in 2013.
I think most of the other people who are in the 7 million range probably final table the WSOP make.
Yeah, I'd say so. Kristen Bicknell picks up the Jack 10 of diamonds, makes it 50K.
She's been playing pretty snug, has been mostly dealt out at the final table so far.
Ben Heath takes a look at the King, Queen of Hearts.
She started with about 360, 18 big blinds. He decides just to call, I think because she has somewhat of a tighter image, at the moment at least. Especially in this situation where you're trying to make the money, you're on a short stack, you're not going to be opening super light. This might be the lightest she'd open.
Flop comes 10-10-9.
And a little something for Heath as well.
Bicknell flops trip 10s. He flops a gut shot. Little does he know if that comes in, that will fill up Chrissy B. Heath with the backdoor flush draw as well. Bicknell bets 30K. Call from Heath. The turn is
wow.
the jack, and it's the Jack of Hearts. A full house for Kristen Bicknell, a straight for Ben Heath. It does have a straight flush draw. The 10 of Hearts is still out there.
Such a brutal game. He loves his hand. He has one out.
The Jack of Hearts comes in on the turn. Oh, somebody's watching our stream, listening to your commentary. It goes check, check. The river is a blank. It's the 3 of diamonds.
Love you.
Yeah, I know.
She's looking at it. We are both looking at it.
That's why he's so upset today.
And checks again with that straight. In his mind, pleading for Bicknell to bet, which she will do. She bets small on the river.
Chrissy with just so much of this board, it's hard to put your opponent on such a good hand. She's targeting one pair type of hands, possibly a hero call with ace or king high. Lucky for her, we see that Heath just has crushed this turn so hard.
There's the all-in. Here's the snap call.
And he knows
And once
before
she
he even
snaps
sees
off,
it.
yep. Tens full of jacks for Kristen Bicknell. The full double up.
What a turn card.
I don't think Igor was going to be influenced.
Maybe a little bit.
No, I wasn't, but
It's hard to have zero influence at all.
Igor's a pretty good listener, so
Pretty good what?
listener.
Katz finds ace queen again.
Pay attention.
This time the ace queen of hearts.
all in.
Ships it once again.
3-1-5.
No speech this time, though.
Ooh, and Phua has king,
Oh, wow.
queen.
And only
Kristen
9 big
Bicknell
blinds.
has the ace 8.
Stronger than last time.
He's honest again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I
Phua
think
makes the call.
Paul is saving Kristen here.
Yeah, that allows Kristen to fold the ace-8. She would have been pretty crushed. Instead, it's Phua who's pretty crushed with the king-queen. Two titans of the poker industry going at it here. Will the ace-queen hold up? Off comes 4-4-3. So far, so good for Cary Katz. Turn card is the 5 of hearts. King of hearts already in Paul's hand. Paul will need a king and a king only to find the double. It is the 10 of diamonds, and that will do it for Paul Phua.
You sure I got you covered?
Yeah,
One of the Triton co-founders. Out in
It's
night.
about the same.
Ace-3 on the button. 14 bigs. She rips it in there.
Oh, no.
Orpen has aces in the big blind.
Hmm.
It's a tough spot for Kristen Bicknell.
This is where Stapes would say blockers aren't real, and I'm going to have to agree.
Could use some hearts, could use some low cards, could use some threes. She's been all in and at risk in a bad spot before when she had queens up against aces and kings and ace-queen and found the queen. Can she find some luck here? 2 hearts on the flop.
Hearts.
10 of hearts. And some chop outs.
Some chop outs.
That would be a really good card.
Backdoor chop outs, a
3
backdoor
hearts would be
flush
pretty
draw.
I'll take a chop.
Turn card
Oh?
is the 10 of
Still
clubs.
take a chop.
There are some chop outs here. Queen or 7 comes down.
Chrissy has ace-3.
Chrissy B stays alive. River card. It is the 10.
Good luck.
We say goodbye to Kristen Bicknell.
Thank you. Good luck. Well played by Chrissy. Nice min cash and a 100K buy-in.
She finishes in 6th place, takes home 213,000 euros. Kristen Bicknell out in 6th. She took home 213K.
And Cary with the limp off of 5 big blinds.
Oh, love
I
it.
dig
Just
it.
calls with the 8-7.
He was
in the
about to
hijack.
post 40% of his stack in the big blind and big blind ante, so he said, you know what, I'm going to live a little first.
Okay, how much do you have? 290.
It's Orpen with the ace-8 on the button.
Wow, and Orpen just goes for the fold. He said, you know what, you're limping off 5 big blinds. This is sketchy. I'm out of here.
That's why I'm folding a mega hand.
Wasn't really lying. Troyanovksiy with the queen 6 of diamonds will check in the big blind.
If somehow Cary bluffs his way to victory in this hand, I have a new hero.
It's going to be hard here. It's Troyanovksiy. Flops a flush draw and a gut shot.
Is Cary going for the limp and go? He is. This is definitely a trademark
yes,
move I have
is.
never seen before.
He's going to get called here.
He's not happy.
You saw the reaction from Katz. Not quite what he wanted to see.
Gotcha.
But has some outs.
Pair draws are alive.
Just needs an 8 or a 7 that's not a diamond. Or a couple running
Turn
cards.
to 6 for a little
Straight.
sweat. Be fun.
That'd be very fair.
I think you call if I jam. Think.
Yeah, less than
Should've
5
jammed.
big blinds.
I think so too. I stay raised.
Think
Yeah, you
calls
gotta
as
call
well.
this 5 blinds. It's the only way I
See
could
if
get
Cary
folding
can
equity.
get a little lucky, not on the turn.
Okay.
Needs to find an
I'll
8
take a
or
7
again a
or
7
8.
that's
I don't even
not
care if
a
it's a
diamond.
diamond.
Oh, well, Cary doesn't
not greedy.
care. River card.
How many outs do you have? I have like
He has 5.
not enough. All right.
Said not enough.
GG.
It's a 4.
Game,
The
guys.
straight for Troyanovksiy. We say goodbye to Cary Katz, El Jefe, out in 5th place, taking home 273,000 euros.
I want to fold aces and say that.
Wyken Yong on the button with Queen 9.
You're so lucky.
He will shove his 395K.
6.5 big blind shove, and Orpen not quite enough. But we've seen Heath make pretty light calls. I don't think he's getting through Heath here.
Heath looks down at the Queen 10, does
Snap.
make the call, is in really good shape against Wyken Yong's Queen 9. I knew it based off the reaction.
I'm not gonna say my hands.
Fair.
Although if I'm Wyken Yong, I know that means you have a 9.
I'm not gonna say my hands.
Excellent point, Jamie. Queen 9 against Queen 10.
Very good.
Very good.
Off comes Jack 6-3. 2 diamonds. Heath, though, has the diamonds covered.
It can happen.
So Wyken Yong is going to need a 9. A couple running cards to make a straight. 7, not one of those cards. A 9 and a 9 only will keep Wyken Yong alive in this tournament. 6 of spades, and that will do it for Wyken Yong. Another impressive run in a Triton Super High Roller event.
I hope he gets to grab a quick nap before firing that short deck. He looks like he needs it.
Finishes in 4th place for 349,000 euros.
Chip gambling.
Was he a 1 bullet wonder in this?
He was.
All right, not a bad cash.
Not a bad 2 days for Wyken Yong. Well, aces will help the cause. That's what Troyanovksiy finds on the button. Orpen with 8s in the small blind. 3-handed. 8s look pretty good in this spot.
I'd be pretty happy with having 8s here. And willing to take it up against the 21 big blind stack of Troyanovksiy too.
Absolutely. Orpen shoves. Troyanovksiy loves hearing that.
He said all in. You said all in, right? Yeah.
Has to hide his celebration for the moment while Heath squeezes his queen deuce. Even rolls his
Eye roll.
eyes. And he will make the call with the aces. Troyanovksiy in good shape for the double up.
It's coming.
Orpen says he's feeling it.
50-50. Like obviously.
It's coming. I think 2nd card on the flop.
See Charlie Carroll taking a look on the
Second.
rail.
20. It's okay. I'm agrees at 20.
The hearts are covered by Troyanovskiy's aces. So only an 8 can help Orpen. Turn cards, a 9 of clubs. It was close to one of the black 8s that Orpen was looking for and is still looking for. River card. It's the Queen of Diamonds. A safe run out for Vladimir Troyanovski's aces. And just like that, we have a new chip leader.
And he's just been hanging around.
That's what he
was
does.
Cary Katzing his way for the last few hours. Long deck. Let's
no
go.
limit hold'em event. No short deck tomorrow. Plan's always subject to change.
Stop
Jamie.
it. Stop it, Jeffrey.
As we see Orpen rip it with deuces on the button. And he is down at ace-10. He's seen plenty of shoves from Orpen on the button. And with 20 bigs, he will make the call. Here we go. Ben Heath is at risk. Effectively, Orpen is too. Very similar stacks.
Also, king 3 cards. Watch it.
Troyanovksiy just gets to chill out on the sideline and make a couple hundred K,
We have basically the same.
barring a chop.
Yeah. I don't want to
I have like 1.64 or something.
The deuces for Orpen, the ace-10 for Heath.
If everyone agree, I can take
I have
my cards.
1.67.
And
He has 1.68,
oh, really?
right?
Awesome.
Something like that.
Vladimir says, I'll take my cards back. Let's go. Let's see if I can just win it now. That is not allowed.
Yeah, he got this.
Lowers, yeah.
I have 1670.
Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I know Heath is probably not thrilled about taking a flip here, even with a little dead money on the
You have
side. I
40
think,
more.
especially when he refuses a
16,
chop
17,
talk, that
17.
he
Clearly
feels
feels
his
like he has
skill
an
edge
edge,
is a little
yeah.
bit higher, and he wanted to play it out.
I'm all in, yeah. I have the ace 10. And why can't you
1.7.
you can't just have like ace
10.
3?
Huh?
You can't just have like ace 3? That's a 10.
You even.
That's a 2.
He sees a 10, but he also sees a deuce behind
no,
it.
yeah, yes.
Needs running cards now. Orpen in very good shape after flopping a set of deuces. Heath turning his mic off, running for the exit, but a queen rolls off on the turn.
Just in case.
Don't turn the mic off just
I
yet.
really hope I do. I saw the 10 in the window. I was so happy.
4 remaining kings, but we saw Vladimir fold a king. So we know 3 kings are left in this deck.
Make it real.
Can he find a king for the double? He cannot. It's a 6 of diamonds on the river. That means we say goodbye to Ben Heath. He is
Good
out
game, Ben.
in 3rd place. Takes home 455,000 euros.
You wanna?
Orpen against Vladimir Troyanovksiy. This is what they are fighting for. A 330K difference between runner-up and champion. The champ takes home more than 1 million euros. Orpen's chip lead increases. Oh, he shoves. Troyanovski's going to look down at an ace.
Not your favorite ace, but only
Right.
16 big blinds in your stack. I think you gotta click the call button here. Is that extra ante in there?
Contemplating. Finds the call with the ace deuce, and here we go. The Triton super high roller title on the line. If Orpen gets a little lucky here. Troyanovksiy ahead right now with the ace deuce against the queen 7. Looking for that double up to turn the tide in this heads up battle. Flop comes. 8-5-4. Opens up a couple outs for Orpen. Now looking for a queen 7 or 6. Turn card is an 8. No help. If Orpen hits a queen 7 or 6, he becomes our champion. River card. It is a 9. And that's a full double up for Vladimir Troyanovksiy. Orpen the slight chip lead after winning that last hand. Brief discussion about time banks when that shot clock starts. Both players flop top pair here. Orpen's 8's just a touch better.
And it's funny in heads up play, this is a pretty big cooler.
Absolutely.
Decent
You
8
each flop
versus
top
a
pair.
decent 8 on a low board. Doesn't hurt that there's a flush draw out there. Some straight possibilities. Do you remember the heads-up match between Helmuth and Tom Dwan back in the day?
Yeah,
Where
NBC
he
National
berated
Heads-Up
Dwan for getting it in with
Absolutely,
tens.
with tens, yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Orpen
Think it
check
was-
shoves. Troyanovksiy with those 8s.
And with those draw
We'll find a
possibilities.
call. Here we go. Orpen in very good shape.
I'm lose same in the big cash game in the Sochi.
Credit to
hand,
Orpen.
8-9 suit against
The big
10
shove
off.
really makes it look
In
like a
3-bet.
draw.
Absolutely does.
And same
Orpen is close to this
same deck.
victory.
Same board. 8 and deuce and 4.
Did you win?
No, lose both times. What can I do?
Turn card. It's the Jack of
Deuce
Diamonds.
or 3.
That is not a fantastic turn card for Troyanovksiy. Needs to find a 9-ball. Some chop outs. The river card is a king, and that will do it. Orpen has found his signature victory. He takes down the 100K Triton Super High Roller for more than €1 million.